Welcome to Nicholas 11x12. Today I'm looking at the Ozone Strike Pro mechanical gaming keyboard featuring Cherry Max red switches. But there also are 3 other switch types available, black, blue and brown switches to be exact. I've asked Ozone to send me the English US layout of the Strike Pro, but there of course are others available too. This specific keyboard comes in at a fairly attractive price point of just $115. Thanks a lot to Ozone for providing me this keyboard for the review. In the box, the Strike Pro itself, a total of 4 spare rubber feet, the user's manual, a small software CD, and last but not least an Ozone gaming gear sticker. In terms of aesthetics, I have to say this keyboard finally looks a bit different and brings new elements to the table. Not that I didn't like the previous keyboards I've tested, but it's slowly getting a bit boring with these very similar designs. However, the Strike Pro by Ozone looks quite a bit different. It's an interesting blend of the typical gaming look many like and minimalism, something in between basically. So when it comes to my personal taste, it looks alright, although I've definitely seen better looking ones. But then again, that's a matter of taste. The Strike Pro comes with a fairly small non-removable wrist rest, which can be an advantage but also a disadvantage. But it certainly does make the keyboard more compact. The whole keyboard, including the wrist rest, has that very pleasant, rough rubber coating to it. The dimensions here are 441 by 171 by 34 millimeters. The USB cable is 1.5 meters long, is nicely braided, and not only comes with a USB connection that also makes an USB hub of one USB 2.0 port possible, but also headphone and mic plugs for the audio pass-through on the top of the Strike Pro. This keyboard also allows us to route the cable straight, left or right through the grooves on the underside for better cable management. On the bottom, 4 small rubber feet as well as 2 stands with rubber feet. I've asked Ozone to send me the Cherry Max red version of this keyboard. It therefore comes with the red switches that apparently should guarantee a life cycle of up to 50 million keystrokes. However, black, blue and brown switches are available too with different characteristics. As for illumination, the Strike Pro features a white red LED backlight. Most of the keys light up white, just the most relevant gaming keys such as the WASD, QE, ESC and the arrow keys light up in red. Unfortunately, the red LEDs cannot be turned off, so we couldn't go for white ones instead for, let's say we want to type and not play games. The backlight is bright, comes with 3 brightness levels, can be turned off completely. We could also only have the red gaming keys light up or let all the keys pulsate. This all can be done on the keyboard itself or in this software. Of course, the Strike Pro features an NQ rollover, comes with 64KB onboard memory to store up to 5 profiles with 6 macros on each one. Unfortunately, it seems, however, switching between profiles can only be done in this software. No dedicated macro keys on this keyboard, no problem. To enable these 6 macro keys, we need to enter the gaming mode by pressing down the Ozone and print screen key, which also disables the left Windows key, acting as a win-lock key at the same time. What I like a lot about the Strike Pro are the response time keys that allow 7 different speeds ranging from 1 to 16 milliseconds. Right beside polling rate keys with 125 to all the way up to 1000 Hz, and then the usual media keys. The software is simple and straightforward to use and allows for lots of customization. I like that. Recording macros works like a charm for me. The keyboard weighs in at about 1,300 grams and overall feels very robust, well made. The typing feel is great. I just wish the wrist rest was a bit longer, but other than that, I can't complain at all. The Ozone Strike Pro all in all really did impress me. While being priced at just about $115, it offers everything one could wish for in my opinion. Sure, there are keyboards out there that can hold more macros in total, but instead we're getting some features others usually don't come with, that being the response time and polling rate keys directly on the keyboard. The build quality is very good, the rougher kind of rubber coating certainly makes a very premium impression, and typing in general is a pleasure. The only minor downsides here, in my opinion, are the a bit small wrist rest, but I will admit it could be perfect to many, especially as it doesn't come off, and the lack of a profile switch feature directly on the keyboard itself. Who knows, maybe there is that function and it's just well hidden, but I couldn't locate such keys. Overall, a very solid keyboard with a very good price-performance ratio, with the price tag being at just $115. I can definitely recommend the Ozone Strike Pro mechanical gaming keyboard. A well-deserved silver award here. Thanks for watching, don't forget to subscribe and visit my website to sometimes see videos there earlier.